Hello and welcome to the Learning Crypto YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at some of the levels we could possibly be hitting on Bitcoin and Ethereum and what that means for altcoins going forward. So, bit of a bloodbath in the past 2 days. So let's get into the charts and take a look at the damage. So, bit of a mystery to me personally why we've had such a negative reaction over the past 2 days, because on the higher time frames everything looked pretty good. If we take a look at the Bitcoin monthly chart, you can see we had that strong monthly candle close at about 71k, so well beyond previous all-time highs at about 69k. And again, if we take a look at the weekly time frame, something I spoke about over the past couple of weeks was the importance of getting a weekly candle close above the previous all-time highs, so about 69k. You can see we stopped there at resistance on the week of the 4th of March. We tried to get above it the following week, big wick, rejected, ended up holding as resistance, and then the following week as well, on the week of the 18th, where we had that dump down to about 60k and then zip back up. So it was quite important for me to see a weekly candle close above that previous all-time high, which we got, and a strong weekly candle close as well last week. However, the past 2 days have been non-stop selling, as you can see. Currently on that all-important 236 Fib retracement level at about 65k, so an important level here to hold on the weekly time frame. Of course, we're only on Tuesday, so plenty of week left to see a strong reaction from here. If not, if we lose this level, then we're probably heading back down to the 382, which was 60.5k, which is where we bounced a couple of weeks ago just on the FOMC announcement. I'll go to the daily. So this was the level I was talking about last week. It was important to hold this daily level here around 68.5k. You can see we had multiple tests of it, held as support. Even yesterday we had a nice strong reaction off it, and yesterday I was looking at that late last night thinking, okay, that looks pretty good. Just another bit of a shakeout, a bit of a liquidity grab down into 68.5k, ready to reverse, but woke up this morning and, as you can see, a bit of a bloodbath. So next important level for me to hold if and when we get down there is about 63k. So it was the lows here back on the 6th of March, and also the lows here on the 22nd and 23rd of March before we had that rally. So important level if and when we get down there. Lose that and we're probably looking at 60.5k. Now if we go down to the lower time frames and go onto the Bitcoin futures, something else I talked about last Monday was the potential of filling this CME gap down here between 66.5k and 63.5k. And as you can see, we are well within that gap now. So down to about 63.5k would fill this CME gap, and then maybe that is where we'll bottom out. Again, strong confluence with these wicks down here about 63.5k. So a couple of levels to watch out for. The CME gap at about 63.5k. If we continue to dump, then on the daily we've got 63k. So a bit of confluence there, only about $500 difference. And then we've got that weekly down there at 60.5k as well. So they're the levels to watch out for on Bitcoin. Let's move on to Ethereum. So again, higher time frames, monthly look great, not as strong of a monthly candle, but we still closed above these wicks from back in March and April 2022. And if we go to the weekly, again, pretty decent weekly candle, closed above that 3551 level, which was acting as weekly resistance. But again, we've just rejected the past 2 days, obviously following Bitcoin's lead. So if we were to continue falling, we've got $3,063, which was the exact bottom back here from 2 weeks ago. And of course, that 382 on the Fib retracement as well. Going down to the daily, similar to Bitcoin, we just about held that all-important day level of 3,520 yesterday with a decent wick. So again, I thought, okay, maybe that's it. Just a bit of a shakeout, ready for a move up for the rest of the week. But as you can see, dumped down, and we're now at this important level of about $3,300, which was the bottom back here again on the 22nd and 23rd, 24th of March. So important level to hold here. Lose this on the daily, and we're probably going down to 3,063, which is of course where we bottomed out 2 weeks ago. And again, we go to the Ethereum futures chart, you can see we have filled the CME gap on Ethereum. So let's see if we get some sort of reaction there. And again, you can see a level of confluence in terms of support as well. So is that it for Ethereum? Is it going to outperform Bitcoin on the rally up? If we get one, we'll have to wait and see. On that, let's move on to Bitcoin dominance. So I've been talking about the last couple of weeks about some potential indicators for Alts outperforming Bitcoin, aka alt season. As you can see, Bitcoin dominance has barely moved today considering the volatility. So in terms of high volatility, you normally see Bitcoin dominance surge, where money comes either into Bitcoin or out of altcoins and into stables. But as you can see, Bitcoin dominance barely moved at all over the past couple of days. Still at this big resistance level here, around 53-54%. And then if we go to Ethereum, ETH BTC, you can see we just about held those monthly range lows on the monthly close, as you can see, around 0.052. If we lose these lows, then we're probably heading down to about 0.04. But as I say, we are holding them for now, and we just need a little surge to get us above this bearish monthly bearish trend line as well. So still looking not too bad for alts at all. Especially if you look at the alt BTC pairs as well, they are doing pretty well considering the volatility that we've had over the past couple of days. So not looking too bad at all. And then if we take a look at the crypto total 2 chart, which, as I said in a previous video, this is the total market cap of crypto excluding Bitcoin. So all your alts and stables. And as you can see, I've been talking about this potentially being a cup and handle pattern playing out. So a pullback off of this resistance here, about 1.26 trillion, down to support around 940 billion to form the handle of this cup, and then a rally. So that could tie in quite nicely. Another couple of weeks of downside. So maybe going into the halving, we get a bit more downside. And of course, just wanted to highlight the S&P as well, which has been on an absolute tear for the past, I don't know how many weeks that is. So since October, barely had a red candle since October. So as the traditional markets say, sell in May and go away. Usually the summer is a quiet time for the traditional market. So maybe what we're seeing as we go into the halving in April, and then the traditional markets take a little bit of a breather in May, maybe we get a bit of downward sideways chop. And a bit of volatility, shake all the new entrants into the market out, and then go for a rally into sort of Q3 and then going into Q4 as well. If we just finally take a look at BTC again and remind ourselves back on the weekly time frame, if we are going to see a bigger drop to the downside, we know that from the all-time highs of 70, give or take 73, 74k, a 30% retracement would be 52k, which also lines up with that 618 fib retracement level. So quite a way to go if we were to get down there. Still another 20% from here, but as I say, going into the halving, maybe a bit of a sell-off, sell in May and go away, that sort of vibe. And then of course to shake out all the late entrants who FOMO'd in, especially with all the meme coin seasons that's been going on over the past few weeks as well. So people getting greedy, getting over leveraged, people thinking we're on easy mode. Big shakeout, ready for a big run later in the year. We'll have to wait and see. We'll take each day and each week as it comes. So hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it useful. Drop in the comments below what you think is going to happen and what you are loading up on this dip. And of course, don't forget a big shout out to our sponsors at Bloodbath, who are offering an exclusive 500 USDT cashback into your account, but only if you use our link in the description below. Open to UK users and no KYC. So be sure to check them out. But in the meantime, have a good week, and I'll see you on the next one.